Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Today's video is going to be my setup for April 2021. So for those of you who don't know, I started out with 3 Hobonichis for the year, and I figured I would incorporate a traveler's notebook. That is still the case, but I'm thinking about adding one more traveler's notebook instead of just this everyday carry. So let's start here first. This is my Hobonichi Weeks. Sorry, I don't remember her name, but I was watching a video by her for, I don't know, ideas, I think, on what to do with this. And she made me laugh so hard, and I echo everything she says. She was like, I always try to make this a planner and it doesn't work for me. I don't know why I do it. Same. I went back to going ahead and keeping Jade's reading in here, what we read when we read it, and some vocab for her. And we bought her Floki, which is an app that you can use to learn how to play the piano. Because of COVID, we can't put her in lessons still yet. They're not taking new students. So we thought, let's buy it for a year. It's really fun. I highly recommend it. It's really cool. She's already learned full-on songs in the first week. So that's what I do in here. Kind of write some vocabulary that they give her to learn how to read music, as well as writing down what songs she has learned. This was a mistake. I'm okay with saying that. This is my A5 cousin, and I thought it would be cool to have the whole year all in one place. It doesn't fit in a lot of my covers because it's so huge, especially because I wanted to pair it with my third Hobonichi, which is the Day Free. They don't fit in here at all. They don't even buckle. It's really sad panda. So I should have went with the Avec, which is 6 months in one book and 6 months, in the other. Yeah, I'm running into struggles right now. This is my writing notebook. I like the idea of having 1 page a day to just write notes on what I did for the day as far as writing goes, and that absolutely works. However, I have no space in here to write down, like do any free writing. Currently, I'm only using the dailies. I kind of plan out what I hope will happen on the monthly. I kind of just put, hopefully you will be on chapter 17. And I kind of look at that as a reference, but I'm not using the weeklies at all. I'm not utilizing them at all. Before, I was using them as my weekly chart, but I moved that into my everyday carry because it made more sense, and now they're just blank. I thought about using vocabulary there because I've done that in the past, but I've been using my my notebook. Oh my gosh, I forgot that notebook. So also that notebook is included in here. My Leuchtturm notebook, if you remember from last month. I really liked doing the vocab spreads as well as the book spreads, and I have continued that. So I have no space in here to do any free writing. I thought about putting a line at the bottom and just keeping that for free writing, but sometimes I free write, pages and pages, and so that doesn't work. I thought, okay, what if I put a line down here and I just free write, and if I free write into October, who cares? Eventually I'm going to run out of pages, so that was a bummer. I did not plan in here for the entire month of March because I was in my hashtag 1 month and my Bujo challenge where everything was in one place. So I've currently, since then, and we're only on the 15th of April, y'all, we're at the midpoint. I have used all of the pages in March since then for free writing, except for, I believe, 6 pages. So I'm happy that they got used, but once again, I have no place for that. I thought about putting a combination of something small, like this is a Piccadilly notebook. This is going to fit in your wide size traveler's notebook. But, pairing the two and putting them in here because they certainly do fit. But again, it's another notebook, and I'm really disappointed. And in the end of the day, I guess this wasn't the best decision, which is kind of a bummer. I don't like journaling in here because I know people do that as well. I don't like doing memory keeping in here because I don't memory keep every single day. I just don't. I like to do the bigger ones, and that's about it. So I'm really sad. I'm not forcing myself to use it. I still do use the dailies, which is the biggest part of this whole thing. Currently right here, this is where the months and the weeks, I cannot speak today, are. So even if I didn't use this and I used all of this, which I feel like I will because I'm really loving the dailies, it's going to be fine, but I don't know. Anyway, I think next year, and I know it's silly to even say that, mention that when we're only 3.5 months through this year, but next year I think I'm going to purchase a free calendar like this one for my everyday writing, because it has the calendar in the front and then the bullet journal numbered pages, which allows you to create whatever structure you need. So if I want 3 or 6 pages for the day, I can have that. It's a bummer, but it is what it is. Currently, this day free is being used as my like collections or reference notebook or getting things done, whatever you would like to call it. And it's working brilliantly. I love it. You're looking at this. This is, I took apart my old Hobonichi I didn't use, and I covered these pages that have Japanese on them. But I'm just trying to show you without showing you kind of how I've written on the side here all of my tasks and lists here. I love that. I love the way it works. I don't even mind that it's 4mm small grid. I've been enjoying this immensely. However, it stays at home with me, and that's working out fine now, but I kind of like the idea of having a reference notebook that goes in my everyday carry, because basically I pull from this every single month and I add it to my list for the month in here. I did have a short-term list in here, which I don't think is working out. I really need to keep that in my everyday carry. I do go ahead and plan out videos that I'm not going to get to anytime soon in here. I plan out stuff I need to do for the house, what we need to buy for the house, seasonal things. So currently I have a list for summer, even though we're in spring. It's stuff like that that's really nice to have a reference notebook, but I do need something for short term, the next 1 to 2 months, that goes in my everyday carry. And I did mention the bullet journal with the vocab and my book spreads. That's working out brilliantly. Still using it. I guess I just forgot it in the other room. So now we are at my everyday carry for April. This is the new Moterm version of the Traveler's Notebook with the little pop closure and the back pocket. Now, this is sort of an update on how I've been feeling, because I've been using this for 2 weeks now. I have complained in the past about the Moterm little, whatever these things are called. They get in the way sometimes because I am right-handed. They'll pop up or they'll hit against my hand and I get super annoyed. If you bent them back a little without hurting the stitching, they'll stay, and it's not a big deal. I just had to kind of get used to that. Everything else is working out nicely. I don't think it's too heavy. It's not too big to fit in a bag, which is nice. I will mention quickly that in this back pocket, I keep the, what's it called? Newsletter for school, for my niece and nephew's school, as well as the library in here. We just took them out yesterday because we were looking at when graduation is and the last day of school. So I left them on the table, but normally that's what goes in there. Right here, I usually keep these guys. I had just taken them out earlier, but just some stickers, and this of course houses some post-its, as well as this, because I thought I was going to use this, incorporate it somehow, but it's just like a little too wide sometimes for my inserts, and I've yet to want to cut it down. So I kind of just leave these things right here, and I don't have anything in the zipper pocket yet. I thought I would put extra cards in here because everyone has some kind of like value card or something anymore. Sometimes people will just go by your phone number, which I really appreciate. I know Walgreens and Rite Aid, they do that now, so that was like less cards I had to carry. But if I don't have enough card slots, I usually put cards in here. Currently, I'm okay, so there's nothing in there. Clouds keep passing the sun, so hopefully the lighting is okay. This is just a bookmark, and I keep it here kind of to cover the cards because that's not the first thing I want to see when I open them up. I have an Ollie Clip extra one here that I think kind of matches nicely with this gray. And you guys, I'm loving this gray actually. I think black sometimes it's hard to carry in the summer, but this makes it kind of look very neutral and light, which I really appreciate. And then you could also put some black and white stuff in here and it would still look really good for like winter time. So I think that's nice. This is a dashboard around my first insert. I currently have 4 inserts in here because there are 4 strings. I'm only using 3 inserts currently, and 3 of them are printed inserts. So the dashboard is, I don't know who it's by because it's before they started branding them. This is where I keep all of my dashboards in the beginning. I made this, I cut down a piece of acetate and I put clear tape here so that I can go ahead and have this lay flat and have some extra space of a dashboard for all of my sticky notes because I'm sticky note crazy. And then this first insert is by Paper and Cats. It's the newer one this year. Okay, hopefully that lighting is a little less harsh. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, this is the collab with Paper and Cats and Ink Imperfections. Her name's Amanda here on YouTube. And this one is new because they have like this square kind of box around the calendar instead of it going off the page. I prefer off the page because it gives you more room per box. However, I have a hell of a time printing her inserts, y'all. It's so light. It comes out really faint sometimes, and I had to print this a couple of times. I had to pull out my Canon printer. I just got a new HP Chrome printer because I'm printing out literally whole books as a writer, and so that one is faster. But this one prints it a little bit better. I think, again, here I am going to say it, next year I'm just going to order these from her because she actually prints them, cuts them, and sends them to you already made. This is the digital copy. And this is already, you've seen this before. I started out with this in the beginning of the year, and now I'm back in here. For this section, and I'm just showing you a blank one because April has a lot of personal information. I'm trying to work on health again, and so I just have information for doctors and my weight, and I don't want to share that with people. Down here, I have blocked this off because there's just too many places within these 3 inserts for me to track things. And going ahead and ticking things off every single day, it's okay, but it didn't work here. So I'm using this kind of like a bullet journal style where this is one section and this is the second one. So I have a line per day on either side. I have contacts here, so anytime I contact someone, I can say, okay, on the 19th, I contacted Jill. And then over here, I just have a place for focused cleaning. So I can say on the 17th, I focused on cleaning all of the windows in the house or something like that. And it works better for me that way, and I don't have to struggle and try to put something here that I'm really not going to do. That makes sense. So definitely make your inserts work for you and not the other way around. Because I know people will ask, these are stickers from, I believe, Journalspiration. I've had them for like 3, maybe 4 years. I don't even know if she's open anymore, but I believe she's in Europe, and it took a really long time for me to get these stickers. So just be aware of that if you order from there. I'll try to find a link. These ones are actually ones that I made. I downloaded I'm trying to think of what the font name is. I think it's Care Around or something. I'll try to link that down below as well. But you go to dafont.com and you can download any font that you like. And I printed them on Avery clear labels, and then I just put them on these Post-its. These Post-its are pretty large. They're for files, the white ones, and I just cut them down, and that's why they're smaller. I don't know if they already come that small or not. I just, at my Office Depot, when I walk in, I find the really big ones, and then I just cut them, and it works for me. In the back here, I have some more of these Canva dashboards that I made. And yes, I'm still going to make a video on this, I promise. We've talked about it. I've just gone from one challenge to the next, and I'm currently doing, Camp Nano April, so I am going to make this. Funny story, I could not find my cardstock anywhere, and I was impatient, so I used a manila file folder. I used to do that back in the day. This one's not attached. This is stapled, but not to this. And so I really liked the way it turned out. It was fine. And I just have to laugh. But yeah, I'm like my mother. I always made fun of her for putting things up for like ever. And now I've become her. Okay, so this is my second insert. It's a printable by DIY Fish. I always write it in the back because I'm never going to remember this long, ridiculous name. This is a little bit new. Let me show you how it looks. Let's just start in the front and then we'll get there. In the front here, I have everything I kind of wanted to accomplish for April so far. Usually halfway through the month, which is right now, we're currently on the 15th of April. I reevaluate this and see what I'm going to be able to get done, what I still need to add on. There's not a lot of space here, so I have left a second portion of space here to just, add on to over here. So that's how that will hopefully work. My first monthly tab here, I didn't need this again because there's a lot of places for me to track things. There's a lot of calendars going on. Are you focusing? So I'm just writing in here what chapter I'm currently working on and how many words I got for the day. I got caught up yesterday because I missed 2 days. This was the day I was like having that panic and I was like, I need to brainstorm and I have nowhere to do any free writing. Yeah, but that's what I'm doing here. So it's getting used, which I like. Over here, I'm continuing with memory keeping that I really liked every single day in my hashtag 1 month bullet journal challenge. Here's where I'm doing like the tracking of things, but again, it didn't make sense to open that other insert to do it, and I do this every day, so it's working for me. Of course, I mentioned that is to add on to things I want to get done for the month. Here is how my weekly is set up. So this is a little bit different. That's what I wanted to mention. Didn't want to forget. Normally I get the insert by DIY Fish that looks exactly like this, except for the weekly. The weekly is on 2 pages instead of 1 with a memo, and they're like really big fat squares. I really like that. However, I wanted to continue my weekly chart, and if you followed my bullet journal challenge, you know what I'm talking about. I can just make these vertical columns that work really nicely with the rows. The other way would have been more difficult. So this is the one that I usually see John Rush using a lot. And so right now I have a category for my audiobooks as well as reading, social media, and YouTube, projects for 15 minutes a day, and then movies and TV shows that I'm currently watching. We are currently watching X-Men from the beginning. It's been awesome. I forgot a lot of this. Just trying to get completely caught up in the Marvel universe. Over here, I have my Alistair method, which is kind of cool because I don't have to write it out, and I like this for some things. And so I have some stuff there, and then I do my meal planning down here at the bottom. And if I have any major notes or something for the week that's not really Alistair method-esque, I can put it right here in this middle part. And this is working out really nicely for me. Then we go to the dailies. On the dailies, I am just doing some tasks. Yesterday, I went grocery shopping. That's not normal for me. Usually I go on Fridays, but my glasses were in and I was so excited I didn't want to wait a couple of days. So I went grocery shopping and I made a little bit of a list right here. And then down here is where I have a line and I just keep my breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and calories, which is nobody's business. So I covered that. I've already went ahead and set up for today, last night, just some things I knew I was going to do. My sister and both my sisters rather are going to this kind of soft opening for the casino where they're just having some people come in and they're trying out, COVID and all of that and how they're going to work around all of that. So my niece and nephew are sleeping over tonight. We're going to the bigger town because my niece wants to get a volleyball net to start practicing her serves, and my nephew wants to get a new skateboard because the skateboard park is open, which I think is awesome for kids because I think they're tired of being inside. I think they're tired of looking at their parents. I think their parents are tired of looking at the kids, and I'm happy they have a place to go. They still have to wear their mask, and there is a person there. Like normally there's no one in the park watching them, but there is a person in the park making sure that social distancing is not really a thing, but that everyone's wearing their masks and being as safe as they can. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Anyway, over here, I'm trying to incorporate some things I learned in my 1 month in my Bujo challenge, which is I don't like to rewrite shit. So instead of rewriting it, I put arrows indicating that they needed to be migrated or forwarded to this day or the next, I just leave them open. And then when I go through, like on this day, obviously I can still see them, so I don't see the point of moving them over. Or at the end of the week on Sunday, when I do my review, I can see that they're still open and get them done. I left this open so that if I get them done today, I can just write the 15th or the 17th in here, and then I know what day they got done. Pretty simple. Also at the top here, I usually write anything important that I need to focus on for the day. Like for instance, yesterday was early release, which means kids get off the bus earlier, which means I need to get things done earlier so that I can help them do like Jade after school reading and work on flow key. So in the back here, I've been playing with getting things done and making some lists in the back that I want to use throughout the month. What I was currently doing was just writing everything in here and going off of this list, and then I realized, no, I need to be able to carry it with me on the go. This wasn't just working, and I still love this for my full-on everyday reference and pulling from this and putting it here. I just didn't have anywhere to put it. So today I think I'm going to fix that. So before I sat down, I was like, I'm going to try this out and have my lists. These are just pretty much the normal lists I have most of the time. These are for my YouTube channels. And hopefully that'll work out. But if it doesn't, I already have in here my third insert, the only non-printed insert. This is a Tomoe River paper insert, dot grid by Paper Penguin Co. It's 160 pages. And I thought, well, this could be my short term for the rest of the year. And then I don't have to, you know, keep refilling or replacing, it all year because there's a lot of pages. I haven't decided if this is what I want to use or not. We'll see how it goes. It's here if I need it. I can replace it with something else. And the last insert in this baby is a printable that you've seen before. Again, this is why I didn't want to use that one tracking in the paper and cats, yes. Because I have so many places to track here. So this is normally where I put what books I'm reading throughout the month, so I can say 1, 2, 3, and I can just count out how many books I read, as well as whatever writing projects or any like household or projects in general with the kids, or you know, whatever projects I want Jay to do, all here. And I mean, I'm not going to share all of it with you, but it kind of looks like this. I have it color coded. Down here in the gray is usually where I put all the books I'm reading, stuff like that. And it's just so beautiful. I missed this so much when I was in my my 1 month at my Bujo, because I am not going to draw this out, y'all. And I didn't print it out. I guess I could have printed it out and put it in there, but I was just trying out new things for a month. But I love this insert. The only struggle I think I have off the top of my head, because right now I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure this only comes in one size, which is kind of a bummer because I also like personal size. And I know people are always telling me in my videos that you can talk to DIY Fish. I'm sorry, I don't remember her first name right now. I know it. But you can talk to her, and usually she is pretty great about customizing or talking you through maybe getting a different size. And I might do that in the future, but for right now I'm in standard, so I'm not going to worry about it. In the back there are some extra pages, and I just keep all kinds of personal information there, like phone numbers that my mother and my sister call me for all of the time, no matter what. It's usually for school or something, and it's just easier for me to read it off than try to find it on my phone while I'm talking to them on my phone. You know what I mean? It's a mess. So emails, passwords, things like that, and they're kind of coded, so if anyone ever found my planner, it wouldn't be a problem. In the back here, I just keep my wallet. I like having this here so that I can see what day it is, so that when I'm filling out like a deposit or withdrawal slip, I can just see it right away and not have to go find my phone. Usually it's in my purse, but usually it's in my purse in the car, but this is just quicker. So I have cards here. This is just one of those envelopes that I keep stickers and things in. I have my cash right here. In the back, I keep the deposit slips and any receipts that I need, coupons, whatever. And then of course I am using my Papermate pen, the Inkjoy in a 0.5. This is a very opaque pen. I also have to tell you before I forget that this is very misleading. I printed this in my new HP printer, and again, because these printables, I don't know, but if it's the printable or it's just the fact that I need to figure out how to recalibrate, I think that's what they call it, my printer so that it will print darker. And I've still yet to figure that out on the HP. This came out really light, so it's highly misleading. Some of the lines are very dull and some of them aren't even there. I'm working with it because I already printed it off, but I already know for the next month, because I bought a trial, and a trial means 3 months. So for the next 2 months, I'll just print them on my Canon where they'll be darker, because I really do appreciate the lines. All right, so that is everything. Phew, we made it through. Seemed like a really long video. I don't know. So I hope that this was helpful to you guys. Let me know if after 3.5 months you've decided to start from scratch with your planning, if you have any regrets about the things that you bought for the year, if you changed your mind about what you're using for the year. Wow, this lighting is crazy. Sun, stay out already. Anyway, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.